Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and for today's video, I will be giving you some guide and tips on how to write an IT resume. So in this video, I'm going to show you my actual resume. You will see an actual resume for an IT job that will catch recruiters' attention. But if you're not ready to apply for IT jobs yet, you're going to get some idea on the skills that you can work on to put on the resume by the time that you're ready to apply for IT jobs. So if you're interested to see my actual resume and to see some guide and tips on how to write your resume and the skills that you can put on your IT resume, please keep on watching, and without further ado, let's get started with the video. So ladies and gentlemen, this is my actual resume. On the very top, I put my personal information here, as you can see, but I'm not putting my actual information like my full name, my street address, and my phone number for privacy reasons. But normally when you write a resume or create a resume, this is what the format looks like. So you will have your name, of course, and I like to put that in big all capital letters just to highlight it, and your information at the bottom. This is kind of optional for you to put your address here and your phone number, but it's really important to put in contact information here so the recruiters will have an idea on how to contact you after. Also, just a side note here, if you happen to know this address, let me know in the comment section down below if you are familiar with this very popular fictional address. So after my personal information on the very top, that's the first thing that you would put in a resume. The next thing that you will see is the career objective. This is also optional. This is not really the actual format that a lot of people follow, so I'm really not going to force you to follow this format, but I'm just going to give you a few guides and tips on what my actual resume looks like and what caught the recruiter's attention when looking into my resume. So I have my career objective on the very top, and let's discuss first what a career objective is. So a career objective is optional, as I've said earlier, and is placed on top of your resume. Usually it is an eye-catching statement of the summary of your career. It's very brief summary of your career. It's usually just one paragraph that want to highlight your skills, your experience, and what kind of professional you are. And also, it is a snapshot of your professional experience, skills, and why you are the right candidate for the job. So in that one paragraph of statement, you can put your experience, the number of years you've been working in the IT industry, the skills that you have, and why the employers might want to hire you. So going back to my resume, let's read my career objective. So what I put in here is that I'm a highly motivated IT professional seeking opportunities in IT administration or networking where my technical, analytical, and problem-solving skills are utilized. Interested in leveraging IT support and operations and routing and switching networking experience to positively contribute an organization's goal while gaining valuable industry experience. So this is a very brief summary of my career so far. Actually, I haven't updated this because if this is recent, I would like to put the number of years I had in my career. For example, if I were to write this resume right now, I would like to add the number of years I've been working in IT, like highly motivated IT professional with more than 5 years of experience, so that all the recruiters would see how long I've been working in IT. They'd see that I could be a good fit if they're looking for someone with more experience. So this is for those people who have experience in IT already. You can put the number of years in here and also be specific in what kind of skills that you have. For example, in here I said that I have experience in IT support and operation, also in routing and switching network experience, because that's my specialty, and also what you would like to accomplish when you are working or applying for a job. Mine is also to contribute to the organization's goal because I wanted to be a part of the result and the achievements that the company will have. So, since a lot of you guys here are transitioning to IT or just trying to see if IT would work for you, or you're working on your skills and are going to school and don't have that work experience yet, there's also an example here for the entry level IT career objective that you can put on your resume. For example, you can put seeking a position in a reputed organization where I can learn new IT skills, expand my knowledge in computer networking and operating systems, and leverage my learnings. So as you can see here, so this is a good fit for those who are seeking for an entry-level position. If you don't have any work experience yet, you can put it here, and you can put that you want to learn more and that you have knowledge and IT skills already, but you want to learn more and expand your knowledge. You're not putting that you have any experience in here, so it's very clear with the recruiters that you don't have that many experience yet, but you have knowledge, working knowledge at least. So at least it's very clear in the beginning. That's why career objective can be very helpful in resumes. And also a tip for entry-level career objective, just like this, be specific with the knowledge and the studies that you had. For example, I specified here that you have a knowledge in computer networking and operating systems. You can add computer hardware if that's what you learned, or servers, or Microsoft Office, or other systems like Linux. It depends on what you have studied. So that's very important to specify and mention it in the career objectives as well. Okay, so next part of my resume is the technical summary, and this is one of the most important parts of your resume. Please don't skip this part, and please add it on your IT resume because this is very important, and this is what recruiters and employers are looking into when they're gonna try to interview you after. So this part actually gets recruiters' attention, and most of the employers and recruiters nowadays are using some kind of software that detects all the keywords that they are looking for in a resume, because most of the hiring managers and employers are looking for people in IT that have the specific technical skills to fit in their company. So it's very important to put everything that you are knowledgeable and have experience in a technical summary. So these are the examples of what you can put under technical summary. So first, what's important is the technical skills. Please be very specific in all of the things that you put in the technical summary. So you can put technical skills here, the certifications, the trainings that you had. Next, the software that you have experience with, operating systems. If you work on server, please mention and specify the networking technologies that you're knowledgeable and experienced with. For example, networking equipment, server equipment, and other equipment other than computer hardware that are special and very specific that you can mention as well. If you have any programming language that you know, and some virtual machine also can be added here. So in this part, it's okay if you don't put all of this technical summary in your resume, but at least put the important ones like the skills or certifications if you have any software, especially in IT operating systems. Sometimes entry-level IT jobs don't really require any networking or networking equipment skills or knowledge, but that's very preferable if you have some of that. And programming language isn't really needed or required when you are looking for an entry-level job, but if you know some of programming language, that's already a plus. That means that you can also do some scripting. So just a quick tip when you are writing your technical summary, please be very specific, especially with the software versions that you are using. For example, in server, if you have knowledge and experience with Windows Server, please put the specific version like Windows Server 2016, Windows Server 2022, for example, so that the employers would know what kind of experience you have. Okay, so let's check my actual resume now. And for the skills, I put troubleshooting because I have troubleshooting skills in general, whether it's software, hardware, devices, user troubleshooting. So I put that in general, and that's really important to put because that's one of the requirements when you're looking for an IT job or any technical job. Next, I put in here hardware and software installation because I have experience doing that. System maintenance, I've done that as well. Layer 2 networking, which is one of my specialty and my experience. So you can put a lot of different skills here. If you have skills and experience in fixing your family or friend's computer, you can put laptop repair or computer repair in there, or any other skills that you might have, like server skills. If you have experience in server and you have been doing a lot of server labs, you can put that under skills as well. Certification, so currently the only active certification that I have is AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. My A+ certification was expired, so I didn't put that because that's not valid anymore. So you can put any certifications that you have passed here, like A+, AWS, Cisco, Palo Alto, anything that is valid. Make sure that it is valid because some employers would check to see the validity of your certifications or might ask questions about certifications. So please don't fake this just so you can put something in your resume. Next is software, and I put here all of the software, special software that I have experience using. But on this part, please don't put the software that are not related to IT support, maintenance, and special software that you know and use, just like Microsoft Office, Excel, Word, because we as IT professionals are expected to know and use this. So please just put the special software here, like SCCM, the ticketing system, for example, if you're familiar with ServiceNow, Freshservice. Next, it's also important to put operating systems that you're familiar with, that you know and you have experience working with. So I put here Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, and iOS. It's also nice to put mobile device operating system because most of the time you also deal with mobile technology, mobile phones with two-factor, and also email on work phones for our users. So it's also nice to put it in there so that the employers and recruiters would see that you already have experience in those operating systems. So next, I put Active Directory and group policy. This is also one of the requirements when you're looking for an IT job. They're looking for someone who already knows and have experience with Active Directory and group policy. So this is an important keyword in your resume, so please put it there as well because a lot of employers and recruiters are looking for that, and maybe their software is programmed to detect those keywords as well. So it's very important to add it there. If you have networking experience, it's important to put all the networking technology that you have experience with. I put switching, routing, firewall, wireless because I worked with wireless access points before as my project, and voice over IP because I worked with a lot of IP phones before too. So just put it there. Networking equipment, if you have worked with networking equipment like switches, routers, access points, it's also important to put it in there so that the employers would see what kind of experience you have with networking. So I put very specific equipment there, like Cisco Catalyst 2960, the 1941 series, also the access points like Cisco Meraki MR45 and MR53 that I have experience with doing, implementing in a project, and IP phones. Next, I also added the programming languages here that I'm familiar with. I'm not an expert on the programming language here, but I can write some lines and I can also read some lines on this because this is what we use in our scripts. So I have experience with Python and PowerShell. If you have experience with Bash, also put it there, or other languages out there. And last is virtual machines. Virtualization is also one important skills that employers are looking for nowadays, and it's a plus if you have this experience as well. It's preferable, so I put here VMware, Nutanix, and VirtualBox. So next, after the technical summary, another thing that I put in my resume is the core skills. So this is also optional, but I like putting it here because sometimes the employers are not just looking for the technical skills, but they are also looking for people with good personality and well-rounded. Because IT jobs are different now. They're not just people who fixes computers. They're looking for people who are personable and have good customer service too and communication skills. So what are these core competency skills that I'm talking about? Core skills are just the soft skills. They are non-technical skills that you also have and that the recruiters and employers are also looking for in possible candidates. So this can be transferable skills from previous jobs or your education when you went to school, just like customer service skills or technical writing skills. So let's see what I put in my core skills here. So I put that I'm excellent in oral and written communication skills. Communication skills is a very important soft skill to have when you are in IT because you will be explaining and asking questions from the users, and you will be writing a lot of emails and also documentation and instructions on how to fix stuff and do stuff and document a lot and write a lot of emails when you're in IT. So that's an important skill to have. You can also put their technical writing skills if you have learned that in school and you have that kind of skills, because that is very helpful for documentation. I also put excellent customer service. I was from a hospitality and medical field, so I really learned how to deal with customers there. So that's also a very important skill to have, because as IT people we are always dealing with user issues and we are always helping people fix their issues. I also put that a flexible team player with the ability to manage multiple assignments and tasks. That's very important because in IT, you're always going to work with a team. There's a manager, there's seniors, and also other teams in your company, just like the engineers, the sales team, or other teams. And you should be able to multitask as well and prioritize which task has a higher priority that you need to work on. And this is also a very important skill to have, because there are times that your work will pile up and you need to decide which work you're going to do first because it takes higher priority. Next, educational background. So you can include in here if you have studied a computer course or a vocational studies here, you can include that in here. So this is just a picture of me when I finished my school, when I took my courses here. And if you have finished some training or if you're gonna add educational background in your resume, please include a case study or projects if possible. Projects are really important to add in resumes, especially if you have no work experience, you are just an entry level starting to get your foot in the door in the IT field. So it's really important for employers to see that you have worked on something like a project. For example, if you have created an inventory system that replaced your school's manual system because they are just, writing the assets on paper. And if you have helped computerize and automate that system as an inventory system, that's a really good project. So if you have those, it's really important to highlight and talk about it in the interviews. So what I put in my resume is my case study when I was studying the course. So it's the simplest way to subnet based on given number of hosts and networks. So that will give your employers and recruiters an idea that you have knowledge and experience with networking. Next is also one of the most important part of resume, which is the work history. So this shows all of the experience that you have from your previous jobs, and every work experience counts. So if you have just finished your studies and you don't have that much work experience yet, you can put your internship here. Of course, what if you didn't finish a formal education, you just went into online training and got certifications? You can also do some volunteer experience that you can put in your resume. So when I didn't have any when I didn't have any formal work experience yet, I went to volunteer in Free Geek Chicago. That's a volunteer center for those that want to learn computers and love computers. So I put how many hours here that I worked in this volunteer experience, and all of the responsibilities and stuff that I had to do in the volunteer experience, like tearing computers apart for recycling, testing individual computer parts, cards, and components, learning about environmental impact of e-waste. So at least it shows in here what kind of experience and knowledge you had. So also, if you studied formally in a school or did your training in a school, and if you had internship there, please also add it to your work experience or work history. Don't forget, because it shows how long you have worked in IT that time you had internship. And please also put all the job responsibilities there so that the employer and the recruiter will see what kind of experience you have. So as much as possible, please be specific with everything that you put in there. And don't forget the keywords. So keywords are, for example, are Active Directory, Windows, software, computer networks in here, VPN. And if you have multiple work experiences here, work history, please put the most current experience, most latest experience that you have until the oldest. That would be the order of your work history. Also, if you are transitioning from another field, for example, you're from a restaurant industry, the hospitality industry, the medical field industry, as much as possible, please put all of the job responsibilities that you can, the skills that you can transfer. For example, customer service, how you have dealt with customers from your hospitality industry experience before, and as much as possible, if you are still working in a different industry or field, try to do some technical stuff like fix the printer from Printer Jam, for example, or try to change the ink cartridge from a printer, or if you did some of the Excel data entry, that's very helpful. As long as it's computer related, you can add it there even if you are working in a different field or industry, because at least the employers would see that you have experience, even just a little bit of experience with computers, and you are computer literate, you are technical in a way. So you can also add that even if you don't have an official experience in IT. So I hope this video helps and my tips helps you when you're writing your resume or when you are preparing for your resume. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment it down below, and I hope to see you guys in my next videos. Thank you so much for watching.